Hi. Hello. Just tweeting it. And tweeted. Hello, Jax Purr. Why, thank you. It's very accurate. High def. Okay, so what happened last time? Most deaf indeed. Last time we were lost in London and following a guy around and having everyone speak really very cryptically to us. Seems like everyone knows the deepest secrets of the universe except for us. And then we came across some kind of theatre where another one of the witnesses to the incident, capital I, was there speaking cryptically. That's as far as I remember. Oh, in fact, we're going to get a little thingamajig here. Here's a recap. Previously on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, Devitt finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. I'd missed that detail last time, I just thought it was a ticket. Devitt walks through the misty streets, following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of the Simurgh, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Devitt finally meets Alexandra, a member of the secret group Devitt and his friends had at school. Alexandra welcomes Devitt and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. I have made my mind. I'm ready. Go on. Do it. Lude. Oh, what lovely robes. Do it. Not lewd, still. No. Do it! In front of an audience! Okay. I don't think we need the intro. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long-distant eras? Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower. from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if it were the curtain of a theatre, the veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt, a place of mists. Antony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Euphemism? Looks like it hurts. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. I suppose you are wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I have been travelling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes, the tragic event has been the continued object of speculation in Grim Runa in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is all this connected with my patient? I'm using completely different voices from the last episode, but never mind. He was there. I am afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God. Oh, I get to choose a response as someone other than Devitt. That's interesting. Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Herr Devitt was attacked, but survived. Ah, yeah, German accent, never mind. Yes, I also lose track of what time period we're in. And also, it's been probably over 2 weeks since I played, so I'm forgetting who most of these pixelated characters are until there's some kind of context. What happened to him then? It seems the criminal was caught by Herr Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Herr Devitt was hospitalized. I can't do a German accent because Pansy might be just around the corner, and I refuse to do that to the poor man. I mean, I know he's Austrian, but he speaks German. No, no, okay. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. So does that mean, was I remaining unconscious and then I dreamed the London thing? Or, you know, had a vision about that? What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, the St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr Devitt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue relating to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. That... yeah, okay. I suspect you did not find Mr. Devitt in the hospital. Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. So maybe we did go to London, and it wasn't just a dream. at some stage, this game is going to give us an answer to something. And it's going to be great. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all of these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded, of course. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found beside Herr Devitt, within the coffin. An empty hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Well, I guess did we take some morphine in with us in the end? We went to get the morphine from that hospital, but by the time we got to where we needed it, the guy had disappeared. Maybe it wasn't morphine after all. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexandra's house must be just ahead. The ancient castle... The ancient castle of Pevensey rests in the distance. It was a garrison first built by the Romans, but was abandoned and has been in a ruin ever since. It doesn't have a Roman name. Pevensey seems more Anglo-Saxon than Roman as a name. Anything to the right? There is a large iron bar latching the door. It is quite odd that the door is latched from the outside, keeping something in. Like a big giant monster! Rah! Okay, too dark, we need to find a light, presumably. Oh no, we can actually walk into the darkness. And ignore all the creepy noises. But we can't do anything, so we still need a light anyway. Pevensey is the name of the kids in Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. I also don't know if that's significant. It could just be one of those, just like, you know, a reference like they referenced Lovecraft and something else that I've forgotten. It's latched. I can't open it from this side. But you can clearly put your hand over and unlatch it. Come on. You're not even trying. Just stretch a bit, son. The house lights are on. Someone must be home. Okay, I guess we don't want to go bursting into someone's back garden. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyway. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. Looks like we can't go any further around the side. English people can stretch, thank you very much. I once reached a low shelf. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. I imagine we're going to have to set that to a certain time later, once we've found the hand. Let's not go upstairs yet. Let's have a gander in here. It could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. Oops. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. Drink, drink, drink it, drink it. Drink someone else's tea, you rebel. Another dark room. An oil lamp. Yoink! Just some old bottles. Right, what's over here? It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages have been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupre has gotten ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which, it seems, he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child, and make sure that all of the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? All the sculptures turned towards the wall. Interesting. October 13th, 1887. The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupre is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he had so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. This looks like the diary of a member of Alexandra's household. What happened to them? Probably dead. A pantry with spices and ingredients. Nothing we can take, apparently. No curries today. An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. The rope has broken. I'll keep this end. Of course, one never knows when one might need a rope when visiting a friend. Nope. Flashback. It looks like someone was buried here. Yes, it's a grave. I can't dig with my bare hands. Dig with the rope, dig with the rope. No, okay. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, that's just the grave again. The bucket has dropped to the bottom. Hopefully I don't need the bucket later. Let's look in the cellar. The cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. And does this lead round to the front? Yes, okay. So that was there. Now I guess we go upstairs. Or, now we've got a light, let's... Oh, I didn't shut the front door. Terrible of me. Let's nip back over to here. Actually, what's... A beautifully crafted steel greenhouse. It's old, but still in good condition. I mean the bucket that solves the final puzzle in the game. No doubt. And I'll still be too dumb to realise that that's what I need. Okay, it doesn't sound like there's a giant animal sleeping in here at all, so we'll be fine. This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside, so something did get out after all. A statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. Oops. A statue of an angel covered in mould. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. Not a lot to do here then. Presumably at some stage I need to do something with those statues. Other than tie them together with the rope. Okay, let's head upstairs. See if we can find those footsteps. Or, you know, the person making them. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong, pixelated resemblance to Alexandra. The silhouette of a woman. No further ideas. A fine painting of the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. Oh, hi. Alexandra. Okay, don't greet us. That's fine. There is a scribbled annotation in this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is... Jai Ilathal. Let me say that again. It is Jai Ilathal, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mist inhabit the shadows of those who left. Yep, that's clear. The table holds nothing but a box with the description Laudanum to be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty. Well, I could use an empty box. No. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important part, the bird. The face of the clock has been turned. Doesn't seem to be anything else I can do with it. A misty dock overlooks a grey ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. Who dead? Anything else I can do? Let's draw these curtains. Oh, no, it's not the time for sketching. Alright then. Alexandra, it's me, Devitt. I'm sorry if I startled you. Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He is... All this time I thought Alexandra was a she. He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. Okay, he may be dead. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Could you tell me what is happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. When I was downstairs, I could have sworn I heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. Alexandra, please say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Just what happened to him? Let's hang him. No, okay. Well, he's not having fun. Let's come through. A portrait of an old man, maybe a ship captain. It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with his stern glare. A huge chest made of oak wood. And lovely hinges. There is a large iron hook inside. Does this old man know what we did last summer? I'll take this hook. There was a fragment of a diary under the hook. August the 5th, 1887. I can't work in this basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures. I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone. Their frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were those gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back the life they never had. I might place them outdoors, in the greenhouse, and let the mould devour them, and wasps make nests of their hollow hearts. So has one of those statues come to life and broken out of the greenhouse? We shall see. Oh, that's blood, I'm guessing. A camera tripod. A basin with a copper drain. pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. Oh, yep, let's turn the water on. It looks like some kind of red-tinted glass used to cover the mask the lamp. It's completely shattered on the floor. A lamp is hanging from the ceiling. Its bulb casts an intense white light. The image of a couple wearing rat masks at a festival. As you do. In Halloween. A glass jar containing yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. Take. Why wouldn't you take cyanide? I mean, that was nice for a fallback. It is a big book of homemade chemistry recipes. Now we're talking. A few pages have been bookmarked, and some articles are underlined. 3149. Collodion for photography. Collodion is the vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached, some supposing that to its peculiar composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only in a degree true. To develop a positive image. This is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. The causes of failure. They would almost require a chapter by themselves. Long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from a want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always rewarding the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. Okay, so we're going to have to develop a picture at some stage. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. Trial and error, my friend. Trial and error. Okay, so we need to find a camera and develop some photos, I'm guessing. Oh, there's the thing there. We can do something with the lamp. Oh, we can take the bulb. Are we going to fashion a camera ourselves? Let's make ourselves need to pee a little more. Okay. Camera tripod, but no camera yet. A bust with his face turned around. A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labelled with a warning, do not open it under white light. Yoink. It's a letter. Dear Alexandra, I have excellent news. You can't take any of the pictures off the line. I don't think I could. I think I could only look at them. I will go back there and double check though. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that sometimes mere contemplation takes the mind to places that otherwise it would never have visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marvelling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definite results, I will write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Videte ne quisquiat. June 8th, 1887. It's very Lovecraftian and all these letters written to each other. A picture of an angel with a gentle face. Oh. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made, corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. Can't seem to take any of them. Can't look out the window. What time was this again? Oh. 6:15 in the afternoon. Okay. Alright, let's go back to these pictures. No, I can't take any of them. I can only look at them. I remove the light bulb from the lamp. The question is, if we can't open this under white light, when can we open it? If that bulb is smashed. Can we do anything with this? We've got hook on a rope. Or maybe I can get the bucket with this. Hook on a rope. Then we can complete the end quest. Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Okay. Oh, the cuckoo clock. Is that going to wake young Alexandra? Actually, we're probably the same age. Never mind. No, I can't do it from here. A little brass bird. When shaken, it makes a noise as if there was something inside. The bird fits perfectly. Okay, can I change the time? Still can't change the time. Anything more? He looks miles away. He looks quite close to me. Hey! What was this again? Oh, this was just the ramblings of a madman. Cyanide light bulb envelope. What can we do with them? Maybe I can put the light bulb back if I need to. No, maybe of some use yet. That's just the recipe. That's the weird instrument. Can we take the cyanide? No, okay. He's not miles away, he's just very small. It's very Father Ted. Which... did Father Ted make it to the US? Okay, we're still missing a handle for that clock downstairs. And we're missing a key for the cellar. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. Father Ted did not make it. That is quite sad. Father Ted was brilliant. There must be something I can do with this clock now I've put the cuckoo in. Or maybe I just need the hand for the other one first. What was in here again? There's a cup of tea. There's nothing to interact with in here really. There's just things to look at. It's a bit strange that this room's here. I thought there'd be more to it. Let me in. Oh, there's also a grave. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. Something to dig the grave up? No. The bare branches of the tree stretching to the sky break the night in 1,000 pieces. Okay, any ideas? Oh, I can go back this way, can I? There is still the greenhouse. I couldn't find anything to interact with there, though. Old ruins lay by the path. They seem to be Roman in style. Oh, hello. The corpse of a deer, its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. By the thing that broke out of the greenhouse? Okay, so that's just where I came in. So we've discovered that something killed a deer recently, since the last time we walked this way. So let's try the greenhouse again. Haven't found any way of really doing anything here. You think the monster is Big Bird? A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful, it's a powerful acid. Didn't spot that before. Angels, dead thing. Okay, so we've got vitriol and we've got cyanide and we've got water. So maybe we can try and develop this thing in the darkness. Pour the acid on Alexandra. Seems harsh, but let's have a go. If not, then the cyanide, right? No. Okay, so let's read this recipe and see if we can develop these pictures. Well, whatever's in the envelope. So, 1 ounce of vitriol. So vitriol, then cyanide, then water. So, can we put the envelope in here? The tag on the envelope advises against opening it under a white light. But oh, can I coat the lamp in red? No. How can I do this without the light? How can I put my lamp away? I want to put the lamp down. There must be a way to redden this light bulb, I reckon. How are we going to do that? Have we seen anything? Oh, maybe the red of the deer. The blood on the deer, maybe I can quick coat it in that. What do you reckon? Stupid idea? Or genius? I mean, given my track record with this game, probably a stupid idea. But I'm going for it. Ha! Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Okay, now we have a red light. Man, this blood is thick, staying on this light bulb this long. Okay, right, this isn't a creepy room at all now. Oops, missed. So, vitriol. The oil has caused a strong acidic reaction. Well, acid and cyanide, there's a good way to die. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Antony and Alexandra. Oh. Well. How are you guys doing? The image is back in the frame. Okay then, let's... we still have the cyanide, I notice. Presumably we can still give that to Alexandra after he finishes his mental breakdown. Okay. Alexandra, do you recognise this photograph? Take a look. It is you and our old friend Antony, and there is someone else blurred in the background. Who is the third figure? Does he mean something to you? Oh, oh. The bird awaits. The bird awaits. Okay. He is breathing heavily. He seems to be lacking air. Kiss of life. Is that it? Okay. Oh, he dropped something. A piece of clockwork. A hand. Okay. So we can... Oops. Need to do it like this. Put the hand in, set it to 6:15. Hey, money. Or should I say, bonjour, money. No, I shouldn't say that, sorry. Oops. 6:15. There we go. Was that not the right time? Oh, because the thing was sideways. Okay. So I need it to be 3 o'clock instead. Bonsoir. Oh, stop being correct. Bonsoir, Moni. Ça va bien? Okay, hopefully this was the right way. Yes. The sound came from upstairs. I wonder what it could be. Je suis... Oh. I can't remember what tired is. How do you say tired? Because je suis that. Okay, you're having a breakdown. He is having some kind of seizure. He is trembling out of pure horror. Fatigué. Je suis fatigué. Je suis désolé. The bird has burst out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. Can I use the open-beaked bird to pick the lock of the cellar door? No, still trembling. Let's put him out of his misery. Come on. Okay. Right, so what do we do with a bird with an open beak? There was a key inside the bird. Of course there was. Bloody crows everywhere I go. Well, I guess it is the bird. A dusty carpet of Asian origin. Mould and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. This piece of fine furniture has several drawers. Inside this one, there's a gardener's shovel. Okay, you can dig up that grave. There are remains of a Roman mosaic behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. Oh, more statues, an ancient statue in poor condition. Old ruins. It seems that they were part of the Roman settlement. And a crawley hole. Ooh. What a lovely library. A book written in a language unknown to me. There is a scrawled annotation written in English on one of the margins. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at that time. To accompany the mind to the proscenium of the big theatre, and there help us look behind the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hoopoe allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? It is a very wide margin, or a very long margin. A huge cage full of leftovers and dirt. Animals have been captive here. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. Jars and test tubes. Everything is soaked in chemical residues, and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. What is it? A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed fungi inside. Unlabelled bottles and lab equipment. I don't seem to be able to do anything in here. I wonder if that room was just for that note. Can I dig away at the wall? No, okay. Alright, let's go and dig up that grave, because That's what people do now. Oh, I can't dig with my bare hands. Let's try the shovel. It's a coffin. Oh, another key. Oh, the lock is very rusted, almost shattered. Can I dissolve it in acid? I can dissolve it in acid. God, I'm good. Red wine is maybe your favourite alcohol, Jack, apart from the fanny. Let's not pretend. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape? It has a collar with some words engraved words on it. Old Mike. Okay. Besides the corpse there is a paper leaf. Dear Alexandra, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I have come to the conclusion that for a time, Raymundus Lully sought the same thing as we did. In his account he describes a formula that he calls hoopoe, yes, like the legendary bird. It closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It is a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Videte nequisciat. Fanny is an experience. Right, let's... oh, okay, we don't take that, we just read it again. Okay, so maybe old Mike was one of the test subjects. What's that blue thing there? The skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled up canvas. Let's take that. It's a map of the stars. It's some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Deneb, Vega, and Altair. They mean nothing to me. Oh, Vienna. Oops. I don't think we've had anything to do with the stars in this sense. The summer triangle. Oh God, that sounded like Alexandra. He stepped on some Lego, didn't he? Look at us rush to his aid. Oh, okay, what? 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 Type faster. I must find out what before I enter this room. Oh, the screen freaked you out. Okay. Alexandra. Oh. Aye. Some diary pages on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart, as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. October 31st, 1891. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it has cracked the larger branch of the old oak in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and I saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and for a moment I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched, and as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house. What? So you're watching the professor, looking serenely and feeling happy. Then someone snored, and you decided to leave. I feel like a snore isn't enough to make someone run away from a house. I feel like this person may be a little flighty.
Nevermore.
Nevermore, said the raven. A statue, it's holding something. Well, I thought it might have been that same diary as the pages that we found in that dark room where we found the lamp. The room that leads to the outside. Because there were some pages that were ripped out there. It's a lens mounted in a metal ring. Okay. Where can we use this? Really going to just walk right past the talking crow? Where is the talking crow? I mean, I heard it, but where? Where is it? Did it fly past me? I may have lost its pixelated crowness in the excitement to get out the door. It flew in the window. I mean, I heard it say nevermore, I just didn't see anything happen as such. And again, I'm wondering now whether it's just a reference to an old horror. Let's see if we can find it anywhere. Is there a crow in the house? I mean, presumably it was a raven. It said nevermore. Yeah, raveny, raveny, raveny. Yeah, raveny. Okay, let's try and find somewhere to use this lens. Maybe in the greenhouse. Because we haven't been there in a while. Can we examine these at all? Nope. Can we examine this chart? No. Can we examine the photo? No. So we appear to have a crystal lens. There must be something to examine. Can we examine this deer body? Examine the ruins. Examine the deer. No, okay, back. What can we examine, guys? Panda talks in her sleep? Oh, laughs in her sleep, that was it. Can I examine the tea? No. Oh, maybe I need to examine the picture. Oops. Nope. Okay. What do we have? We had laudanum, we had a note of ramblings. We had a cuckoo clock. The clock mechanism is definitely broken. What was this picture again? Nothing much. That's just the diary. Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. Can we look at the stars? Morning glory. Okay. I'm thoroughly confused about what to do next. I can't use the crystal with any of my items. Let's nip around the back. Maybe there's nothing to look at here. Nope. I tried on myself. I can't crystal on myself. What am I missing with this chart? Oh, do I need to... No. I can't use the canvas, I can only look at it. So I can't, like, use the canvas on the sky or anything. There must be something I can do with that map and the sky, though. What was that? What was that? Oh, is it someone in here? Ah, this is open now. There is a mountain of compacted snow. Let's ignore the hole in the floor. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock. Knob. Just some strange symbols. A narrow window in the ceiling of the vault. Okay. It was you, and you. No, I think this is not the triangle I am looking for. Okay. Oh, this is going to cheese me off. Try and remember this from... Okay, I'm making sketches now. Because this is the kind of thing I suck at remembering. Okay. You've never tried donuts? Even I've tried donuts. Okay, so... I've lost it already. This is preposterous. So it's you and you. And then... I think it was you. Yes, there we go. Correct. This is the summer triangle. Well, thank you. And having looked at some stars, I can now look at some glyphs. Okay, I need some kind of hint for that. The crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. Oh, okay. So we've got that, and that. Okay. So now we can go back here. You are that one. You are 69. Oops, I went past it. 69. There we are. And you are that one. There is a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. Take it. The voice again. It comes from the bottom of the pit. An open envelope with a letter inside it. Dear Alexandra, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. Will you put him to rest in his favourite place? After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you're a master of this craft. It me. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering into a state of waking sleep. Suddenly, the convulsions stopped, and since then, he has not been responding to any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead. Which should be our next step, Alexandra? I'm worried this could be the end of our research. Videte ne quis sciat. Oh, money. Harsh but fair. Alexandra! Dot dot dot. A variety of surgical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. What's up? Alexandra! Still nothing, okay. Can I stab you with a syringe? This is what you asked me to search for, is it not, Alexandra? Am I right? The last door. Jai et la Fal. The last door. We can cross it together. What should I do? I am waiting for you. Here, in the mist. It's nearby. I can hear it. What is nearby? What do you hear? Okay, predictions. Are we going to get a clear answer? Or are we going to get a load of gibberish? Go. Predict. I'm going for gibberish, personally. A load of exactly. What I said was gibberish. Gibberish. Okay. I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I am ready, Sir Lancelot. Money spelling was pretty good. Sit down. Sit down is my cousin. Sup. 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 Okay. Do I have to stab him? No, I have to give it to him. Fair enough. Wow. He did not need to pull his arm back that far. Do you think that we will find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? It's the two doctors again, I think. Yeah, there we go. Ah, so they've got to Beechworth Manor. The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully, they have overlooked something. What about this room? There is a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herr Beechworth never sent it. I think it is best that you read it. Dearest Alexandra, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. I can't even read anymore. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lives on the other side. Videte nesquisciat. Okay. Oh, I'm in the mist again. How do you pronounce Alexandra? Alexandra? I mean, I guess I could attempt it with a French accent, but that would just embarrass us both. Yellow Snuggie. I guess I would attempt it something like... Wait for that cue. I guess I would say something like Alexandre, but I can't do French R's very well. Not R's. The adventure continues in Season 2. Ah, merci beaucoup. Okay, so that's the end of Series 1 of The Last Door. We just get through to what appeared to be the Vale itself. Not quite through it. Knowing that by opening that door between our world and whatever this thing is, something else may come back through. Showing off my French. Yeah, no. Wasn't really the last door. No, I think it was fairly penultimate though. What extras do we have? The morgue. Okay. I might have a look at these extras next time because my voice is starting to go. I think it's all of this French, what I have been speaking so well. So very well. Yeah, but next time I might have a look at these extras and then move on to Season 2, where we might start to get some answers, because stranger things have happened. Okay, but thanks for watching. I did get an A in French in school, but I haven't actually spoken any French for about 10 years. Oh no, God, more than that. Probably over 15 years. It's terrible, really. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, thank you for watching and keeping me company. and for your talk of donuts and such. I'll stream again soon. TM. Take care, have a nice evening, or day, or afternoon, and goodbye.